So one thing cis people could do to basically make our lives a lot easier would be, and don't ever underestimate it, is just having a bit of education, just a bit of trans 101 in your toolbox, you know? It can make lives for trans people a lot easier if you just knew the basics. Because I'm not going to sugarcoat it. It can be very difficult sometimes to be trans, and it's very draining. So just knowing the basics can go a mile.
One thing cis allies can do better is not to be too afraid of us when we're talking. We're people too.
I think the most important thing that allies can do for trans people is to listen to them, to give them space to communicate what's important to them, and to use their voices to amplify ours, but not to speak over us.
So my one piece of advice for allies would be not to homogenise trans experience or the trans community, that there's a lot of multiplicity to the community and that we all have different lives, different identities and different ways of narrating our experience. So to really make the effort to see and understand that difference and to appreciate it.
Listen and stop equating mild discomfort with actual oppression. I get a lot in conversations about what bathrooms we should use, and I say there's literally no public bathroom that I can use without being in the wrong one. Please don't equate that to the fact that you would like somewhere to put your lipstick on, or that you think men are smelly. Those are two things that are something that you feel discomfort about, but I mean, I could be beaten up if I go into a toilet that you think is wrong. So I don't know, a little bit of perspective, a little bit of listening. Just be sound.
To respect the voice of trans people, to speak with us and not over us.
Is on whatever social media platforms you use, have your pronouns in your bio. I want people to put their pronouns in their bio so we can break away from this idea that we can assume what pronouns someone uses from what they look like. And as well, if more cis people do it, then it won't just be trans people who are supporting that idea, and it won't just be trans people who are kind of showing that they're trans by putting their pronouns in their bio. Then everybody sees it and everybody looks at it.
Probably just listen. I think a lot of people feel like they want to help and they want to be there to support their friends or their family members, and I think that's amazing. But you need to listen, because I think a lot of people are quick on the advice or are quick to say, oh, but you're just a woman, like, just get over it. It's like, no, things are quite different for me as a trans woman, so if you listen to my experiences, maybe you can understand me a small bit better.
Listen to trans people and allow yourself to learn from trans people, because there's nobody more expert in trans identities than trans people.
Do not misgender. Pay attention to pronouns. Use a neutral language until you are sure. And just in case, if you need a confirmation, ask. Treat people based on who they are, rather than who you guessed.
Fight for trans rights, fight for a better society overall, where trans people are accepted, where we can, feel empowered. Just fight for a better society for us all.